Okay, and just going through some. Looks like we're live. Well, here we are. Here we are. I am in the middle of making some adjustments here. Looks like. Let's see if this. Can I just go ahead and let you know that Oak Clip Virgin is on? Hate to break it to you. We will be watching Jimmy Kennedy's new drop. He's got couch lock, folks. He's got couch lock. That's right. He has merged into his set. Okay, this happens to the best of us. Okay, it is actually quite difficult to not start becoming your backdrop, your merging. Okay, let's not have the hosts merge. Okay, so this whole thing unfolds every time there's no natural colors, no warm colors, and so you have to really be selective with what you wear. So every outfit that Jimmy Kennedy has worn during his new set generational run that he's on here, you'll have the flower pattern, the Hawaiian shirt. The Hawaiian shirt that matches the backdrop, and now he's going all white. And this is something I had said before. His couch is white, okay? And it's so big. Okay, that's too big, too bright, too white, too pillowy and soft. You have to have something firm to sit on. This is ridiculous. Soon he'll be folded in half like Woody Harrelson was, as he was overselling his Bill Maher's jokes, folding over into laughter. Jimmy Kennedy, what you doing? Okay, what you doing? And that's going to be a really big crater soon. Too legit to sit. Exactly. So you're going to have to change it up a bit. All right. Now, I already said you can't go white. Okay. This is where I am anti-white. And just like Bill Maher saying that people hate whiteys. Well, I for sure hate the white couch. Okay. I'm anti-white couch. Because even if you wear clean clothes, if it's a different color, it'll rub that material will become a nice mosaic of your outfits. So basically the dyes bleed together. Okay, now he's got denim on, so you know that's going to start wearing. And look at this. Okay, now we are, and this is something I mentioned before. Okay, we are on couch lock, folks. Okay, this is couch lock. If you're going white, okay, I go, Jamie Kennedy, you went all white on this. Okay, this is too much. Too much reflective material, too much white, and you can't have white on something that you're going to have so many different people sit on. At least we understand some of the circular logic that Dan Soder came up with to be okay sitting on that saggy sofa that he has. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm not into that. And everyone's got to sit in it. It's really gross. People hug the pillows while they're doing an interview with Dan Soder, the underdog. John Oliver is, I mean, come on. So now, here we are. Big old poofy couches. And they're white, and they're going to, and as it seems like it might already have shown a little bit of, already showing a little bit of wear. And we're just a few weeks in. So, we'll see. We'll be on the lookout for this decor demon that came up with this design. I cannot believe it. I would say it utilized the space well. So in execution, it was done well, but not the overall aesthetic. But great use of space. So as far as set and microphone placement and all that, everything looks great. This is way better than Bill Maher's table. Okay, that cheap Amazon aluminum table with the IKEA lamp that the shade always falls off. Anytime that Marshawn Lynch goes in beast mode, he starts resonating, and then the lampshade of Bill Maher's cheap ass table and horrible placement of guitars. So Jamie Kennedy's on top. But I like the colors of Club Random way better. This is to Zara. I don't even know if that's a thing, but it seems like it would be a woman's department store. Okay. Oof. I mean, this is all very department store heavy. Nasia! See you later. Okay, Nasia had to have come up with this. I hope I'm saying her name right. His couch guest. Okay, now you can see why they have such big wide couches. These were picked up by Nasia. She's been the house guest of Jamie Kennedy for the past few months. See you later. Okay. She thinks she's exotic, bitch. She attractive. Okay. Nah. No. Doesn't make you automatically attractive and get to wield your spells over these poor souls. But Jimmy Kennedy doesn't mind it. He doesn't mind it. So he went ahead and just bought a content house. And this is the new creation. People are always trying to recreate. I'm all for it. Go full monarch with it too, where you're cocooning and transfiguration and all that stuff. Go for it. But never go white couch. Okay. I just can't get over it. Okay, so he's got the shoes, pants, jacket. He is couch. Okay, he's got the hat and the in the background. Yeah, the background like that. So that matches that. And this all matches this. And so his jacket matches the couch. His shoes match his microphone. And also the coffee table. To be so bold and obvious like this. His shirts will, on his solo episodes, will again be the color of his background, or and also have the same plant pattern all over his shirt, which I like. You might be starting a lot of trends here, Jamie Kennedy. And then you also will wear the white with the black fern patterns. Again, something that I like. So, how do you do this? How do you do this? You take such risks. And Jimmy Kennedy has always taken risks. He was the prankster. He likes to be encased in character. He wants prosthetics. Like that is his thing. Like he likes that. So he's becoming this, prosthetic apparatus. It's quite beautiful. How do you do it? Let's see if we can get some Jimmy Kennedy. And we will get into this segment here. I just needed to do a little couch lock on Jim Kennedy. This is his new... I don't know where that came from. Concrete. Anybody out there know Concrete? Never heard of you in my life. I'm just a simple observer. I'm not hip to a lot of the scene. So please forgive my ignorance. Why? Why? Because Jimmy Kennedy likes it. All right, here we are. Let me get the old headphones here. That was the intro. We'll chop it up there. That's just the little intro there. A lot of dead air time here. I'm getting my headphones set up, and then we will start the segment. Let me play a little background music. Jimmy Kennedy guys got that new content house. Oh yeah, Jimmy Kennedy. He's got the content house. Yeah. No, I'm still working on the lyrics there. I have to switch out my headphones here. Okay. And we're back, folks. Thank you for joining us. We are in search for the funny, and we need to find it quick. So hopefully by the end of this, we will be in discovery mode. Okay, so discovery is the end of search. And we need to quit searching all the time. But we are searching for the funny. And Jimmy Kennedy got me on couch lock, looking at his massive couch, and he matches it. It matches his set. So here we are. Thank you for joining. We will find that. No, we're not searching. We are observing.
My man.
Here we are.
What's up?
Thanks for joining.
I'm here with my man.
Oh.
Concrete.
I'm right here with Jaime, dog.
Yeah,
Pinchy Jaime, dog. I'm right here with Jaime. I cannot believe it. Let's go.
Dude, First of all, how old are you?
I just turned 40, dude.
Really? Wait,
And
is that your real hair?
Yeah, it doesn't come with the hat or nothing, dude.
Some dude said it was a wig. I'm like, that's his real hair.
No,
I know.
even though people always ask me, "Is that your real hair?" Yeah, it's just my
this
real
dude,
hair. Real hair.
it's your real hair. Yeah, why do people think that's a wig?
They think like I buy hats or wigs, even though I do buy wigs for certain characters that I do on my socials. But for the most part, better. Yeah, this is real hair, bro. I've been growing this since the pandemic.
So wait, where are you from?
So he's a social guy?
San Fernando, the city. I'm from the valley.
Where? What part?
San Fernando.
Like, I'm trying to think of what is, like, I think the valley, but it's actually called San Fernando.
Yeah, there's a city called San Fernando.
Out by Panorama?
A little further.
Okay.
I was born in Van Nuys, lived in Panorama for like as a baby, and then we moved over to San Fernando, like the actual city. It's right next to San Fernando, Silmar, Pacoima area.
So you're LA through and through.
Through and through, brother. Through
Yeah.
and through. There's only a few people that are from like my area, San Fernando. One of them being George Lopez.
Yeah. He's from LA?
Yeah, he's from San Fernando. We grew up in the same areas. And then the other biggest name around from that area, Pacoima, is, I would say, like Richie Valens, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
you know, so he's a Pacoima kid, went to San Fernando High School down the street from where I grew up at and the whole deal, you know?
Wow.
So, and hopefully one day they can say, hey, Concrete lived here too.
Well, they're saying it because, I mean, so let me give the people listening a little, I'm sure all your fans know who you are, but I'm out there doing the opening of the Horseshoe in Vegas with you.
Yes. The Laugh Factory. Shout out to the Laugh Factory.
Shout out.
Shout out to Harry Basil.
Harry.
Shout out to Harry Basil.
And, you know, I never really went to the shoe. That the whole joke was like, yo, we're not at the Wynn, we're not at the Cosmo, we're at the shoe. But it was dope.
It was dope. People kept asking me, like, where is that?
Yeah.
Like, is it off the strip? Is it State Line? I was like, no, it's not. We're on the actual strip, dog.
Well, we had you and I were one of the final comedians at the Trop.
So I was the last weekend. Were you the last weekend as well? Okay, so we were the last weekend at the Tropicana. Incredible.
And so that we were able to close along with Don Myrera, the oldest, coolest property, like Frank Sinatra touched.
Yeah.
And now we've gone into, I guess what the shoe's known for more than anything is the World Series of Poker, which I didn't.
Yes.
But it's in the middle of the strip, the best location.
It's really good, actually, yeah.
And our billboard was huge at the Trop, but our billboard at the shoe is insane.
Fucking 50, I don't know, 100, 200, 300, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was huge.
It's the second biggest billboard on the strip. I forget what the other one is. It's the second biggest one.
God, it was probably the one over there by, I want to say maybe like MGM. I think there's one at the MGM. I don't know. Could be, I don't know.
Maybe Brad has the bigger one.
Yeah. But that shit is crazy. Yeah, when I saw myself, I was like, whoa. Then I saw you and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, but you've been on the billboards tons at the other one.
Yeah. Well, the billboard that stayed at the Tropicana for 2 years, I was on that one.
All the time.
All right, so we got some billboard buddies. All right, now this is what every comic actor aspires to, and they don't know why. It's this is a learned behavior, and you only see billboards in certain places. So to be on one, one must be around billboards. Okay, I'm not anywhere around billboards. So yeah, now they gone digital. So now they're blinding you. I mean, it's one thing when you had to see them all the time with the lights on, but at least had a nice, the pitch of the light was hitting it, so it kind of had a glow to it. Now everything's so bright. Apparently, people are saying Vegas is dead. They just built the Sphere, and everyone's like, it's like watching Bill Maher in the last episode of when he's filming in his 420 or his Woods store. It's like, whoa, it's too bright. Now, when you go out to these big cities, you start seeing billboards. And you start thinking, oh, if I could be on a billboard. Anyway, so here we are. We got some billboard buddies. And that's almost like wanting an Emmy. That's the gateway. So this is the wanting to be on billboards, and then they're wanting to get on a show to get an Emmy. So you're wanting Emmys, you want awards, you want you want to be in the big leagues. Whew. He could do it. I could see it. Look at that charisma. Okay, if anyone could be on TV, it's this guy, right? I mean, but it's gone. The whole industry is gone, folks. Whew, just like that. So you ain't never gonna get on TV. Concrete. Hope you're comfy in that couch. No, he is, as they say, slaying it. Okay. So we got some billboard buddies. Oh, that's the thing with billboard. It takes you on these strange paths.
And so Covina all the time. That's how I see you. I'm like, because I was in the club and I'm like, where are all these people leaving? And Harry was like, oh, we just had Concrete, did 3 shows before 6 p.m. So the way it works is we do the night shows, but you come in and do your own shows.
Yeah, I do the 6:30 shows. Get people in and out. Go get ready to gamble. Let's go. Let's have a good time in Vegas.
So when did you start? Because I don't know much about you.
Oh, well, we should ask him if Vegas is dying. People are saying that people aren't really going there anymore. Say it ain't so. I mean, the lights.
But I think you have a really fascinating story.
Yeah.
Because are you a DJ first, internet first, or comedian first?
I started as a DJ first. Like most people in entertainment, they started somewhere in that,
At Power?
No. So I started just as a regular, quinceañera DJ, wedding, baptisms.
Actual DJ.
As an actual DJ. I started as I was like 13. I was the youngest DJs to actually play in some of these Hollywood clubs at the time. And then around when I was like 16, 17, I already knew, I was like, man, I want to do music. So my pops was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just build this kid a studio, a garage in the studio. He bought me a little recorder, and I just started making beats. And I kind of gave myself a goal. I was like, look, in 3 or 4 years, I'm gonna have a song on the radio. And at the time, to get a song on the radio was like, yo, like you have a song on the radio. It's on the airwaves.
Nice. Oh, and looks like Jamie might be a little jealous. But no, I was gonna say that. Okay, cool. I like his drive. I'm into that. And he manifested it. Okay, you got to put action. You got to have the idea. And then you can take it one step at a time. So now, Jamie Kennedy's wishing. Oof, I never got a radio song. You can't sing, Jamie, so don't worry about it. Let's take it back.
Song on the radio, and at the time, to get a song on the radio was like, yo, like you have a song on the radio, it's on the airwaves.
Massive.
And at the time, you know, still to this day, Power 106 is one of the top trusted brands in radio in LA. You know, it's the second biggest market, probably, you know, arguably one of the second or first biggest markets in the nation. So I wanted to be on the radio, and sure enough, eventually, you know, 5 years later, I got my first song played on Power.
So you're like 18.
I'm like 18, 19, around there, 18, 19. Got my song played on the radio by shouts to DJ Felly Fell.
Felly.
Yeah, and then I got signed like around the same time I got signed by Steve LaBelle at the time. You know, he used to manage Bone Thugs. He used to manage a bunch of other artists. And shouts to my boy Sean and Lou, who facilitated the whole thing. And then I got signed the same week. Like basically, me and Nipsey got signed the same week to the same management deal.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I went to Steve's house, Steve LaBelle's house, and he's just taking me around the house, and I'm seeing all his plaques, and I'm like, this guy's legit. Like at the time, I had this song called Bullet. I had a song called Industry Beefs that kind of went, you know, locally. Like it got a little buzz locally in the neighborhoods, and so he heard the record. He called me to do a meeting, and then he's like, "Yo, man, like, you know, come listen to the song. I have it in the car." He's like, "I'm trying to sign you and this other kid." He's all like, "Let me play the record," and he plays the record, and it's called Bulletin Got No Names, and that was one of Nipsey's biggest records at the time. And then he was like, "Yeah, man, his name's Nipsey Hussle," and I was like, "Cool, man."
Whoa.
I was like, "Dude, so what about me though?" I was like, "Yeah, he's cool, dog. But what about me? But what about me, dog?"
Bro, I mean, he's Prince of LA, bro.
You feel me? So,
Yeah.
I mean, at the time we were, you know,
And that, I would say that's pretty legit too. Especially he's from there and all that. That's a cool little contact, and everyone likes to tell their little, you know, little synchronistic connection that they had, and you can have a lot of them. Woody Harrelson had his with Marlon Brando, where he got to meet Marlon Brando, and he said that Marlon Brando said that he told Woody Harrelson that he was funny, and you ain't funny, Woody Harrelson. No, you're hilarious. In Cheers, okay. Oh man, please do not mention Cheers around Woody Harrelson.
we were all, you know, like we were all just kids, man.
This is like 20 years ago.
Yeah, like, you know, we're just kids, bro. We're trying to rap. We're trying to do our thing.
Yeah,
And
I was just going to. I mean, I had the playlist ready. I was gonna do a dance party, and I was taking a look at the screen here. I'm like, well, maybe I could put this in the TV or whatever. So I forgone the dance party, but they don't like it. So we'll have to come up with our own beats so I don't get hit with a strike. But I like to use it as a workout. It's a Vulcan. No, and I don't like Kendrick's the one that I do. Okay, that I don't really, try to rap like Kanye. Okay. If you can rap Kendrick, you'll be in shape. That's his whole thing, is that you have to be of a certain type to be able to sustain all those words that he crams into one breath. It is difficult, and they're messing with my head because that they're just piecing it together, but I got to get it in one breath. So we got, all right, here we go. So he's been on billboards. He's doing stand-up. He's got a bit of an in the music industry. Saw Nipsey. Woo, seeing Nipsey.
I remember going to his shows, bro. I remember going to his shows, and he had his whole hood there, and we were just all trying to support each other and just kind of,
Nice.
uplift each other, bro. And then, he kept rapping.
You were rapping?
Yeah, I was rapping. I was already
Okay.
rapping at the time, yeah.
So Mentriosa, was it that or just regular rap?
Nah, I was regular rap. I was
Yeah.
I guess you could. Mentirosa, which is he's a good boy, my mellow mayonnaise.
Yeah.
That song is considered the first Spanglish rap record to ever come about. you know?
Really?
Yeah.
When I moved to LA, late 80s, I think that was early 90s, I was on the radio every 2 seconds. So I felt like,
Okay. Let the man have his flowers for a second. He's like, well, I was on the radio too. So that was the look that he gave this is the reason why he gave that look that he gave when Concrete mentioned that he was able to get on the radio. He's like, well, I've been on the radio all the time. What I wanted to take a look here is that he does have the plant pattern. Okay, so I didn't even notice that at first. So this is way more integrated than I even anticipated. Let's see if we can get a zoom on this. Yeah, that is a separate shirt. Okay. Because I thought that, okay, I'm like, okay, so he's got a separate shirt in there. But then I'm like, wait, actually, it looks like it's connected to the jacket. It better not be. Is that? So does he have it flipped over his, okay. All right. That is insane. I can't believe that Jimmy Kennedy literally is matching his whole set. It is, I mean, he is full what's that song? Oh my God. You didn't have to cut me off. Okay, so that's all that. Wow. Now, this is what this color palette does to people. Okay, you can't you can't wear any other colors or anything with it because it will clash so bad. So now he has to always find ways to incorporate the whole set on his body. He is sponsored by Nasia's Bad Mistakes. I mean, that's... Nasia, please. Why did you do this to Jamie Kennedy? Wow. Okay. But again, the execution is done well. Is there another way to say that? It's a bit too much. Okay, this you can't match like this. But it looks nice. I mean, well, you can. The quality looks nice, I guess. New, nice.
Gerardo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's a nice check. Okay. Yeah, so Jimmy Kennedy got a little bit of an upgrade. Okay, so you got a little bit of upgrade, and he's got a always wear these outfits. I couldn't imagine having to wear the same color every time. Oh my God. That would drive a man wild.
Then obviously Be Real. But I felt like there was a lot of Latin rappers on.
Yeah, there was, but I mean, I obviously, and then you had doing like Lighter Shade of Brown. You had Kid Frost.
Yeah.
You know, you had a lot of rappers that were doing their thing. You know, and at the
Plus
time,
the
I
New
don't
Yorks.
even. Yeah, I don't think they were considering anything specific. You know, and then eventually it kind of evolved into like, if you're a Mexican American that raps, then you're considered a Chicano rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you were just rapping.
I was just rapping. I didn't see the difference. I was just rapping. So when my record came out,
They always
it was
put
just dope,
labels.
man, to hear myself on the radio. I'm just a kid, from the valley. I used to think Hollywood was what, miles and miles and
But you
miles
grew
away.
up here.
I know, but when you grew up in the hood, you don't. You know, my parents didn't have no money to go to Universal Studios or Hollywood or anything like that. For us, like I didn't go there till I was like 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
To me,
I could imagine not being at Disney every day. Okay, you get to go to Disney every day. That you can. Why aren't you going to Disney every day? Oh man, I can imagine not going to Disney every day. Universal Studios, you can walk through a set. Ooh. Please, please stop going to Universal Studios. Oh man. Here we
it
go.
was miles and miles and miles away. Never did I think. You know, when you're watching TV as a kid, and you're looking at movies like, and you hear Hollywood, you're like, yo, it's that's crazy. It's like, what? Like,
So even though you grew up in the Valley, which I consider LA,
yeah,
it's all LA. You know what I mean? We're all surrounded.
LA fools won't consider the Valley LA.
Well, you're a native. First of all,
for sure.
You're a native Californian, so I always give that
it's
own love.
city and county.
I don't care if you grow up in the 805, the IE, where you grow up, the 818. It's LA to me.
Yeah, when we leave out of town, we're all saying we're from LA. Yeah.
So you never came over the hill, as we say.
Not really, dude. Not really. I really stayed over here. I really just stayed over here. It was just, like just being right there in San Fernando. And to us, again, like I said, Hollywood was not even a thing. It was like never. It was a dream to be a part of it or to be somehow involved in it, you know? I know that people come here from all over the country, all over the world, to try to make it. You know what it is, bro. Mm-hmm. You know, so to me, to grow up in the backyard, it was like, I didn't really know what it was until I was a little bit more 16, 17, 18. I was like, shit, I'm in the backyard of where it all goes down. Mm-hmm. There's a chance. Mm-hmm. There's a chance. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's even harder because you have so much competition. Right? So if you're able to make it here, bro, then you put in a lot of work. Mm-hmm. You know? So
hold on. So you had your album, and then were you on a big label?
Nah, it was really independent. I didn't even get the chance to really really take it to the next level. I mean, my song was playing across the nation on radio stations. It wasn't doing like crazy spins, but you know, I was getting to a point where I was trying to get spins on radio. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah.
So you got a little taste. You know, you got to
the fucking 2 a.m.s, the midnight spins.
What is that? Loco Veras.
Oh, Pocos Pero Locos?
Yeah.
So those are my peoples too. So my people, Kool-Aid and E-Dub. Yeah, they put that together, Kool-Aid and E-Dub. And again, good friends of mine now, man. I used to work for them actually at their studio right here in Studio City. So I did that, and then when my best friend passed away, he was like my best friend, manager / hype man. You know, when he passed away in 2008, I was like, fuck this rap shit, man. This shit's fake. You know, like I didn't want to do it no more.
Mm-hmm. I'm very sorry.
You know, and then you kind of start seeing like the facade of shit in a way. You know, like, and even though I grew up in the streets, like
you are from the streets.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the streets. I didn't gangbang. Like, I guess you would say at some point guilty by association in a way, but I never, I never got jumped into the hood. I never banged. So it was a lot different for me to be able to rap. You know, when you want to rap in the lane, you want to rap that shit. Most people want you to do that shit, you know? Mm-hmm. I was telling stories, brother. My shit was, fiction. I was, fictional movies. I was just rapping,
You're an entertainer.
I was entertainment, bro. I was entertainment,
Yeah.
And so at some point I was like, man, I don't want to do this shit no more. Like I don't, at some point, like you got to keep up with all this shit, And when you rap stuff like that, bro, people will pull your card or they will do something. And don't get me wrong, I was never afraid of anything. It was just more like, is this really what I want to do, dog? Is this really what I want to take my career? Especially after my friend died, because then I was buzzing, everything was going good, boom, 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 and then he passes away, and then the call stops. Everybody stops calling. Nobody starts, nobody's checking for you. Nobody's like, hey, let me get tickets to your show, because there is no shows now. Because everything kind of halted, my life changed, like everything changed, Mm-hmm. And it was just a lifestyle that I didn't want to follow no more.
So your friend passed away. Was he?
So he passed away. Unfortunately, of an overdose. We were, we were all partying at the time. He had his demons, I had mine, and it was one of those things where it's like I couldn't tell him to stop doing shit because I was doing my own shit, Mm-hmm. So, you got to think about it like this. Jamie, you've been in the game for a minute, dog. You're young, you're having a good time. I don't know your story, but I know as far as when you grew up in the industry and you grew up and you're buzzing, you're doing great, everything's handed to you, brother. I was, there's nothing I didn't want that I couldn't have. Drugs, it was easy. Mm-hmm. So, it's one of those things where it was just life was coming at me fast and God was like, oh, let me slow this shit down. If I give you this now, you're not going to last either. So I kind of felt like God pulled back a little bit. And he was like, all right, dog, hold on. You're not ready for this.
Yeah.
Let me just, no, hold
on. Okay. So this is much similar to people, saying that, no, the Christians will say, no, I'm dating God. No, I just, it's just him and I right now. So God told him, you cannot be successful because you're enjoying it too much. So we're going to rein it back a bit. I believe him. I believe. I believe
stop.
it happens all the
So
time.
you were going at it hard.
We were going at it. I mean, at the time, dude, we
Yeah,
were
slow it
selling out
down.
House of Blues. We were selling out the Knitting Factory. Everything, all the clubs in Hollywood, we were doing it. We were selling them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a great run, but it was too fast. It was happening too fast.
Was
And-
he your partner? Was he your rap partner?
Yeah, he was my hype man. He was my hype man
yeah,
producer.
my bad.
You know, hype man producer. And like it just happened fast. And you know, when things happen fast, bro, like you don't know what you're doing. And when
I get
you're
a sweatshirt.
21, bro, nobody could tell me shit.
No, dude. You got
No, is this sweatshirt? Is that his? Or do they have wardrobe? And then they have to. Did he just happen to wear this and have it match the couch, or do they have a wardrobe available? I'm beginning to think, because I saw Andy Dick on this on the show. It must have been was it the first that he had with the new set? Maybe it was right before, but I couldn't. I think they gave him clothes to wear because clothes didn't really fit him very well. So he's matching the couch, but I'm not familiar with the decal Jaguars or something, but that's cool. I like that.
What, 2021, bro? Nobody could tell me shit.
no, dude. You got whatever you got in front of you, whether it's pills,
Whatever,
rails, women,
Invincible. You
booze.
feel like you're invincible. You know, you're
living
young. Nobody could tell me shit. And I was, I was arrogant. You know, I didn't understand. You know, like sometimes when you have certain power, like you don't know how to control it. And I didn't have the right people around me to really guide.
Oh, he's got a couple eyes
Power,
here.
like you don't know how to.
Okay. Now, does he do this on purpose? Did Jamie Kennedy say that there's this underground show that takes snapshots of?
Control it, and I didn't have the right people around.
Because I gotta say, the higher you look, the further away you are from the truth, I guess. I mean, if you're looking up that high, I only look up when I stare at the sun. And again, I don't. What are you looking up for? The answers are within. No, he is doming right now. Okay, so this is what happens when you look in, is that you then create this, you're in this domed structure where you can kind of Rolodex through your memories and all. So here, so we have a you know, the high seeker. Okay, he is. I mean, that's higher than Joe Rogan looking at his the shooting star that flies by. Am I going full King of the Hill here? I have to say I've only watched maybe half of an episode. I've probably watched 3 episodes, maybe. I or maybe I've seen a season. Maybe it seemed like a season watching one episode. I was gonna say you're too kind, but that might just be a direct insult. No, oh no, I love the voices of King of the Hill. They're great. Beavis and Butthead. Oh please. A character. I'm a character. Shit. I'm authentic. I am surreal. I'm so real. No, I'm a seeker. I mean, look at this guy. I've never seen a man look up so high. Oh, is that what they call it? I just thought that was the dizzies. Okay. I mean, isn't every creative exploration a bit of a psychedelic induced brain trauma? You gotta, you gotta go through the process. But this fella here is he's a seller. Okay, I don't want to say it. No, he said Jamie Kennedy's name while he was saying the thing, and so now if you're saying someone's name while you're having a conversation with them, you're selling something. So he's pitching something, and that's a little bit of his charisma, his way that he could kind of get in and have a seat at the table for a bit. But what you looking up for? Okay, all right, here we are.
Allow me to really guide me and nurture the situation. It was just more like, fuck it, just let him do what he's doing. Let's go, you know? So, once that happened, I was like, all right, I'm done.
So you stopped.
I completely stopped the rap. I mean, I tapered off, you know, kind of tapered off the shit, and then I decided to just
Jimmy Kennedy's like, he knows that feeling.
you know, when once that happened, I was like,
Tapered
I'm
off.
done.
So you stopped.
I completely stopped the rap. I mean, I tapered off, you know, kind of tapered off the shit, and then I just decided to just I didn't want to leave the industry. Like I didn't want to leave entertainment because I've always fell in love with it. I've always been, to me, entertainment. Like ever since I was 6, I remember grabbing my dad's camera and watching In Living Color and other, you know, like other shows, you know, Risa en Vacaciones, which is like kind of like a prank show, like a Mexican prank show from.
What's it called?
Risa en Vacaciones. So it's basically laughing on vacation.
Okay.
And they used to do pranks in Cancun.
Okay.
And they used to do these pranks, and it was all hidden camera type shit.
Good place to do pranks.
Which you're familiar with, right?
Yes.
And so, you know, it was that show was hilarious, and I remember watching In Living Color and all these shows, and I remember taking my dad's camera and reenacting these skits, and you know, but acting was, again, dude, being in the Valley, like when my parents, I'm first generation Mexican American, so my parents immigrated here and didn't understand the concept of like, wait, you want me to leave my job to take you to an audition at 1 p.m.? Are you fucking crazy? We don't got time for that. We don't got the money. We don't have $500 to get you headshots. No. So whatever it is you're thinking about, let that shit go. Because they didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I mean,
and there wasn't money for it, you know?
my parents didn't understand it, but I lived outside of Philadelphia. You only live 5 miles away, but it's a whole, to me, you're already in it, bro. You're already in it. You, George, Trevor Wallace, you guys all grew up around LA.
All right, so now Jimmy Kennedy's got to insert his life and his experience up against someone else's. And can't allow for Concrete just to kind of have his thing. Jimmy Kennedy's got to make sure that Concrete is aware that he too is him. Okay. Your couch. You're not Concrete, Jimmy Kennedy. You ain't ever getting out of that couch. All right, so Jimmy Kennedy's full couch lock here. The microphone blends in. How do you do it, Jimmy Kennedy? Nasia! Oh. I guess a broken clock can be right twice. But in the same outfit? I can't see Jamie Kennedy's microphone. All right. I suppose it has a little bit to do with sunglasses. All right, here we go.
Hey, man.
I had silver teeth, and I remember my mom we were at the mall, and some lady, it was like this company, John Robert, whatever the hell.
Oh, that modeling guy.
Yeah. So she was like, hey, your son is going to be the next best thing. And I'm right there, silver teeth, like, and my mom's like, him? Him? My mom's like, him. Are you sure? She's like, yeah. And she's like, here's a meeting. Meet us on Monday at Studio City. And my mom's like, okay. So she took us over there. And then when they told her it's gonna be $500 for the registration plus headshots, my mom's like, yeah, you're going to school, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I remember being all mad in the car, like, I want to be an actor.
Yeah. So that's how they get you. They have these, expos and people give you invitations to these headhunter kind of things, and then they're like, yeah. Oh, what kind of, you want to go to Hollywood? What kind of characters do you want to play? Here, yeah. That's all you got to do. Mom, I can be on TV. He said it. I got what it takes. They're dividing the minds of the children. This is MK Ultra. This is like walking into Scientology Center. You ain't ever getting out.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Mario Lopez also local. But yeah, that's how they get you. But I mean, you know,
again,
good your mother was there because there's some weirdos at the mall
for sure.
But a lot of people have been discovered at malls.
Oh, for sure. I just my mom couldn't fathom $500 when my mom was making like $450 an hour. What did your mom do? What does she do? So my mom at the time, well, I mean, she worked at the same company for like ever. So she used to like weld, like she used to solder a bunch of stuff.
Really? That's a real one.
So she used to solder a bunch of stuff for like 25, 30 years. And then my dad, he worked at this place called Crime Stoppers, and he used to like build alarms for cars and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
That's what he did for a while. Now he's been working at, this place called PPG in the Valley, and he's been working there for 30 years now. So
your dad built the alarms?
Yeah, like car alarms. Like he was turning on the Ford Taurus from outside the car in the 1994, dog. People were like, "What?" My dad was like, "Yeah, I'll turn on the Ford Taurus from here."
Okay, now will Jamie Kennedy talk about his father? Let's just take a wild guess.
Yo,
he's waiting for his chance. Okay, he's being polite, laughing, but he is looking in, but he's not looking up. Okay, he's looking right there within that dome. He's not paying attention to what's happening. He is recalling his father. And when you look out into the left like that, that is seeking memory and emotional memory. So you're not constructing something, this is from a lived experience that he is viewing within his inner dome.
Put a little back door in there.
A little gold Ford Taurus, dog.
So wait, so here's what's I gotta ask you something. This is gonna defer what I was gonna say, but
yeah.
So are your parents from Mexico?
Yeah.
From like what part? Like
they're from Nayarit. From Tepic, Nayarit. It's a coastal state.
So do you know the movie Romeo and Juliet?
Of course, you guys shot it there.
We shot Mexico City.
Yeah, Mexico City.
Veracruz.
In Veracruz, yeah.
So I don't know how far that is from you.
That's down south.
Okay, so it wasn't about his parents, but it was about a film that he did. Let me take that back.
A little gold Ford Taurus, dog.
So wait, so
so there he is. So he's looking down to the left.
So here's what's I gotta ask you something. This is gonna defer what I was gonna say, but
yeah.
So are your parents they're from Mexico?
Yeah.
From like what part? Like
they're from Nayarit. From Tepic, Nayarit. It's a coastal state.
So do you know the movie Romeo and Juliet?
Of course, you guys shot it there.
We shot Mexico City.
Yeah, Mexico City.
Veracruz.
In Veracruz, yeah.
So I don't know how far that is from you.
That's down south. Mexico City's down south. That's more like down south.
So were your parents from a little bit of a hardcore spot, or?
Now, I'm a bit hesitant to say this because I don't want them to change this. But thank you for whoever set up the camera shots, and they are in the same place on the other guest when they cut. I like that. Okay, maybe you can have it off a little bit so that Jamie Kennedy is more on this side, and then your guest is a little bit more on this side, but not that much, okay? Because we can just keep it right here, and we get to see both of you without me having to move back and forth. Look at that. Dun. So again, Jamie Kennedy is set, and his upgrade was done well. Now, I wouldn't have chosen that that color and all that, but that's, as you can see, the trending color. Okay, that's the gamer. That's what people tend to click on with a thumbnail. So this is very YouTube friendly. Set design. But it is done well, I would say. But I don't. Anyway, here we go.
Or chill spot.
That
Because I used to go to Tulum before.
Nayarit's a northern state. That's
I mean, I do like the colors. Okay, it's actually okay. It's a little bright, but it's fine.
like over here by like Sinaloa. So like it's a northern state, northern coastal state. You know, so
Okay.
it's only 2 hour flight from LAX, let's say.
Okay.
And it's more of a coastal state, very beach. All we eat is mariscos type. You know,
So it's chill.
it's chill. It's
Okay.
chill.
So they're first generation, and now you're first generation.
I'm considered first.
Yeah, so you're
generation.
American
Yeah,
because you're born in America.
yeah.
Okay. Because I think of LA really, if you really want to go deep, it's Mexico. This
Yeah.
was Mexico,
Yeah,
and we kind of stole it.
it's not the Angels, it's Los Angeles.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
It's not Saint Diego, it's San Diego. You
Okay.
know? There's a reason. I mean, you look at all the streets, Santa Monica, you look at all these streets, they're all Spanish, you know?
What about Sepulveda?
Same shit.
Sepulveda?
Yeah. So- you know? Yeah, dog.
And LA to me, would you say the biggest culture here? What would you say is the biggest culture? I think I know what it is. I would say it's Mexican or
Yeah, by far. Well, yeah, I mean,
Spanish. What do I say? Do I say Spanish, Latin?
yeah, nah, I mean, you can say Mexican.
Because
I
it's
mean,
Guadalajara and there's fucking El Salvadorians.
yeah.
Everybody.
It's okay to
well, I
say
mean,
Mexican.
Obviously, the Mexican culture is predominant here in LA.
That's
you
what
know?
I think.
Yeah,
I think
for
it's
sure.
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who you give next to?
he's not.
Blacks or Asians? What are whites? I think Mexicans are more. There's
In
more
LA?
I think there's more Mexicans in LA than whites. Do you think that?
I
That's
don't
a
know.
good. That's a good
In
battle.
Cali or in LA? Cali or just in LA?
Southern California.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of Mexicans, you know. I mean, but there's definitely a lot of, you know,
Northern California. I'm going to give that to the Asians.
yeah, there's a lot of Asians out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say the Mexicans. I don't know. I have to do the census board, but I feel like we are so Spanish.
Yeah,
Every food, everything.
for sure. I mean, obviously, there's also a lot of, you know, there's
All the
Colombians,
streets.
there's,
Yeah.
you know, Argentinians and, you know, Central Americans,
Peruvians.
South Americans,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm sure a lot of people just get thrown in the same pot where it's just
I know.
Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
Racist. White
It's
guys
okay.
just go, it's, you know, you're Mexican.
Yeah, it's okay.
Racist. If you're brown, Mexican. You're from. You're
Well, yeah, if you're
Oh.
Asian, to a Mexican, you're probably just a Chino. You know what I'm saying? We don't differentiate from Korean, Japanese, or nothing, bro. You know,
racist. See,
it is what it is, dog.
and the blacks. So that's what I think makes up LA.
Yeah,
3 different groups, but I do feel that LA has always been a Spanish inspired.
well, yeah, bro. I mean, we're only 200 miles away from the border.
I know. It's different than Texas.
And not only that, but you got to remember, there's Mexicans and that been here when this shit was still Mexico, and there's generations of that shit here. You know, 5, 6, 7 generations. You know, that grew up here that they never went back or they never got sent back or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
So they grew up here when this shit was Mexico, and their families stayed here when you know throughout the years. You know, I mean, it's been well documented in plenty of movies. You know, and you know, Blood In, Blood Out, and you know, American Me, and you know,
Yes.
you know, Mi Familia, and all these films that have portrayed the situations that have passed over the years. That it's not fiction, it's fact. You know.
Yeah. No, and I just saw this whole thing about how they outpost the states. There was like a big Mexican developer out here in Hollywood. So there was a lot of backstory to the history of California. Like you said, all the streets are exactly like you just said. Encino's probably even.
Yeah.
Encino.
Probably, I don't know.
So, okay, let me go back. George Lopez, when I used to like, this is way back, I used to what they call showcase.
Okay.
So it was a different time.
Jimmy Kennedy's Mexican
Gary
story.
Owen, Bill Burr. You showcase for 8 minutes, and then studios look at you and they try to give you something called a holding deal for like 6 months. And George Lopez was already an established guy, but he was like this guy who was like married, I think, and he was talking like all like, well, you know, my wife. And then when he blew up after a show or two, he was like, hey, Holmes, like he was like homeboy.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. He's actually a homeboy.
He's from the
He's
neighborhood.
from the hood.
He's from San Fernando.
So he's a real hood dude.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
he-
I
in the beginning-
wouldn't suggest he's a gangster or nothing. I'm just
No,
saying,
but
he grew up in the hood. Yeah, I mean, he grew up in the neighborhood, San Fernando.
He used to wear like a tie on stage and be like this little like.
Well, because I think too at the time, like stand-up comedy, that was like the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you wear a tie, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, I don't think it's like that now. I think it's a little more relaxed now. You know,
Yes.
comedians now tend to just maybe a t-shirt, a jacket up top, and let's go. You know, some sneakers. You know, but so it definitely has changed. You know.
I just couldn't
And I hate
believe
it.
how hardcore he was. The way he talks.
Oh hell yeah.
He's a hardcore dude.
And that is one of the things that we discuss on the show here is the lack of effort in the attire and how they dress. Ooh, what? And he's like, that's it. I need to start wearing ties. I'm gonna bring back ties. Okay. Why is it that technology is advancing, yet we are not?
Yeah, he's cultured.
So-
He's cultured for sure.
Yeah, but I thought he was more like, you know, this white bread guy. So he was like, oh, you know, my wife. So I'm just fascinated by the whole thing. So you go in and you stop your rapping.
Yeah.
And then what'd you do?
And then I got into filming. I got into shooting music videos for a bunch of artists.
Nice.
Because that was like the next best thing for me. To you know, I couldn't hold a job. It wasn't my thing to try to go and work a 9 to 5. I couldn't be cubicled up. I just couldn't do it.
Cubicle, you.
Dude, I went and lied. I went and I got a. I don't even remember. I mean, you probably don't remember those places. You've been probably working in Hollywood for quite some time, but I don't know if you ever heard of this place called Select. And there was a place where you would go, and it was like a workforce center. You would go and you fill out a pay or get on the computer and fill out what you know how to do. And I lied. I was like, accounting, yup. Fireman, yup.
Yo.
Electrician, yup. I just lied, and I clicked every fucking box there was on that thing. And I ended up getting called for an accounting job at this place called Fallas Paredes and Factory to You, which is like a
Now, haven't we all done that? Oh, man. I've even done it a step further than that, like where day labor, okay, where you wait. It's just a step above waiting at a Home Depot parking lot. You go to those day labor centers. Ooh, those are rough. Ooh, man. No, you meet a lot of nice people. It's great. It's like jury duty.
Like like low income clothing stores, right? And so I went and did accounting for them for like 90 days, and then they found out that I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
How did you do that?
I was just bullshitting the whole time.
Yes. Okay. Now, all right. Now this is what I didn't really want to mention. Okay, because I was liking the little bit of the hustle. Okay, a little bit of the. He's like, well, let me just go out and see if I can get on the radio, and then figure out a way to do it. So this is what they call a bullshit artist, right? Where they just they're really good with engaging with people, and they say their name and they're having a conversation with them, and they're trying to get those walls down so that you can then receive the bullshit. Now, this just might be a coping mechanism to help accommodate his creative mind. Okay, so he's filming music videos now. He won't be put in a cubicle. He refuses. Okay, that refusal is something that not a lot of humans do. We have to, a lot of them are being forced to. They're being let go. But there are a lot of people who are encased in 3 felted walls. And you might be one listening to this. And I commend you. Actually, it's a pretty cool community. You get to hang out and talk to everyone. You got to walk, you get the quick little shoulder squeeze from Steve as he walks by to get some water. It's like, hey, good sale there. Thanks, Steve. So here we can, and then you get back to the call. And I'm like, you ain't never gonna see me cubicle work. Concrete, come on. It's fun. Get concrete in a cubicle, and you'll go crazy. He needs to film things. Okay, he needs to create. He's a creator. Okay, don't be putting cubicles around creators. That's for them schedulers. Okay, them time checkers. Okay, creatives don't check time. Okay, we're not part of, I'm not a creative. I am about to let the brain as they come, folks. No, I am very much right brain. I'm far right brain. I'm so far right brain. It is pressing against my skull. No, I'm right down the middle. No, I have no brain, folks. I have no brain. Be mindless, folks, okay? Empty the mind and be.
Just bullshitting my way through everything.
But you're an accountant.
Yeah.
How can you lie?
I was just bullshitting my whole way through, dude. 90 days. 90 days. And then the manager, he ended up, taking a liking to me, and he's like, man, I heard you trying to rap. He's like, look, I'm gonna do you a favor, man. Look, I'm gonna let you go. He said, you're not an accountant. I know. Because they asked me to produce my accounting degree, and I was like, no, they're gonna send it in the mail. They're gonna send it in the mail.
Oh my God.
And I just kept telling them, it's coming.
No, man. This is a little bit deeper than I anticipated. Ooh. We're gonna need your degree. Okay, yeah. But go ahead. When am I gonna get paid? Yeah, it's coming. But my paycheck comes in when? We're gonna have to see that. You never entered a number in your life. What are you talking about? Being an accountant. No, this he's a spellcaster, folks. Okay, and Steve Jobs did the same thing to people. They all talked about this thing that would occur when you're in the presence of one, and you just were captured by it has no words, folks, okay? It has no words. Because it's not just aura and charisma and what he said. It's his whole essence that when you speak with one of these, you just give them your money. Never give your money to people, folks. What are you doing? Please. But no, we'll be starting membership soon. We're nearly at 500 subs. Please become a member. These spellcasters here. So he said that his degree is on the way. It's in the mail. So when do I sign up for dental? And he's trying to get his health insurance in for his headshots.
They're gonna send it in the mail. They're gonna send it in the mail.
Right.
And I just kept telling them, it's coming. And they're gonna send it. Don't worry. They're gonna send it. And
look how high up they're looking now. And he was doing
in the mail. They're gonna send it in the mail.
Right.
And I just kept telling them, it's coming.
All right. So here's Jim Kennedy's. So he's now looking up where Concrete was looking moments ago. Well, maybe a while ago. again, I'm not a time checker, but earlier in the show.
Mail, they're gonna send it in the mail.
DeVry.
And I just kept telling them, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
And Concrete will do it. No.
They're gonna send it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay. So he looks up. He's saying, "Don't worry." He was worried.
They're gonna send it, and the shit never came. And then so he gave me a check, my last $800, and I remember I called my girl. I was like,
There's
"Hey,
the
you want the
check.
good news or the bad news?" Like, give me the good news. I was like, "Good news is that I got an $800 check in my hand." She's like, "What's the bad news?" It's like, "It's the last one." And I remember I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy a camera with this shit, and I'm gonna try doing some music videos and, I don't know, little documentary pieces." At this point, like, YouTube was like barely becoming a thing,
Yes.
2009, around there. Like, people knew what it was, but a lot of rappers weren't too hip to it,
Yeah.
And so I started just shooting a bunch of music videos and telling artists like, "Yo, I can get you a YouTube account." And they were like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, for an extra $100, I'll set you up."
So you started becoming that guy.
So then I started hooking up music videos, and I started hooking people up with YouTube accounts, and I started setting up rappers, and one thing led to another. Man, I shot and directed for 12 years.
Good setup.
Got some pretty cool gigs, traveled the world, saw the world through a lens.
Yeah, at the beginning of YouTube, no one really knew what was happening. It's almost like you just like post something and you're like, what? Okay, it was just but especially with YouTube mobile and or when like where you can do with the iPhone, that was around 2010 maybe. Ooh, that connection to do it from your phone. No, not 10. 2008 or 9. Yeah. So the beginning of YouTube, people were just posting things on there, and it felt like it was a video distribution, where Instagram was photos. They weren't into reels at the time, and there was Vimeo, and then YouTube. And Facebook, of course, and all right, so good little hustle.
Luckily, I got in contact with this dude named Anthony Cook, one of my boys. He's from Cincinnati. At the time, our boy Black Chill, he called me to do a music video, and it was my first big music video. And he was like, "Yo, meet me at Chili's." And I was like, "Whoa,
Chili's.
this is serious." I had never gone to Chili's, my boy. I was
Oh
like,
my
"This
God.
is serious." And I remember I
What?
showed up in a dress shirt and everything, and they were like in flip flops and shit. I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, okay. Maybe a Chili.
I was like, "This is fucking serious."
How old were you? Oh my God.
I told my girl, I was like, "Babe, I'm having a meeting at Chili's." She was like, "No way."
Okay.
I was like, "I'm going over there. Wish
Come
me luck."
on. No way.
Sitting down.
Nah. This is a bit. There's no way. I mean, he probably dressed up, but there's no way he just didn't know that you could. It's the last restaurant that you can wear flip-flops in. You can have a margarita.
Down, and he's like, "Yo, man, the budget's $10K." I said, "What?" I had never meeting at Chili's. She was like, "No way."
Okay.
I was like, "I'm going over there. Wish me luck." Sitting down, and he's like, "Yo, man, the budget's $10K." I said, "What?" I was doing videos for $500, $1,000, at the most. So this dude was like, "Yo, man, I got a $10,000 budget for you. I want you to direct the music video."
But you were doing videos for $500,000.
No.
1,000, 500.
Oh,
Dude,
so it was,
see, that's crazy.
no, you said
That's
500,000. I thought
No,
500 or
500.
1,000.
500 to 1,000,
Oh,
brother.
my bad. See what
That's
I
crazy.
heard?
No.
See what I heard?
Yeah, that's that white ear, boy.
White. Racist.
That's how white it. Yeah, 500,000 is great.
You're doing $500,000. That's all they gave you.
That's all they gave.
That's all they gave you, bro. For YouTube? Come on, man.
Bro. So I'm over here like I'm like 10,000. I was like, that's crazy. And I was
You're like the video's $250, $970, $97.50.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna pocket $8,000.
You know how we think.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know how we think, bro.
So then he was like, hey man, I'm gonna introduce you to your.
Okay. So now, you know, Jimmy Kennedy's getting a feel for him. Okay. And so now he knows that when, just like with Michael Bean sharing the story when he's like, when Michael Bean's saying how he walked off set and he's like, I don't need this movie. He's like, fuck you and fuck the movie or whatever. Okay, we got some coverage. I would love to show it, but I don't want to get copyright strike because of the song that we used. So go back and take a look at our Michael Bean coverage, which happens to be a music video. We created a music video. Well, we might just have to watch it. No, but Jamie Kennedy's getting a sense of how he's going to be in business. And if you're saying that you're telling your old employers that you said that you weren't an accountant, you didn't have a degree, you get a budget and you're going to pocket most of the money and not have it go to the project. It's not, yeah. He might not let you into the content house. So these are a bit of a soft opening for Jimmy Kennedy, content house. And his potentials.
First AD, and I didn't know shit about any lingo, no film lingo, no computer.
Think.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. I'm gonna pocket $8,000.
You know how we think.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know how we think, bro.
So then,
Now he's like, no, I see you.
You know how we think.
Yeah, I feel you.
So he said, I, and then think. So.
How we think, bro.
So then he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna introduce you to your first AD," and I didn't know shit about any lingo, no film lingo, no positions. I didn't know shit, and I was like, "Oh hey, what's up, first AD?" I was like,
Okay, so he's saying that he is directing his first music video, and with a budget, but he was doing music videos for independent artists and putting them on YouTube. So probably for 500 to 1,000. And he probably said that in the meeting, and they probably thought that he said 500,000. And they said, well, all we got is like a $10,000 budget. And he's like, deal. And he's like, sorry, that's just that white ear. No, this is a bit of the bullshit artist, okay? They say these, I mean, he's a rapper. He's writing raps, folks. And if they're writing raps, they know wordplay. They know how to cast spells. And you got a spell on me. It's his charisma, really. Folks, I really hope we are beyond getting captured by charisma. Charisma is played out. It's on high alert, first of all. Okay. The algorithm seeks out charismatic folks and labels them as defectors. And they are the ones that create followings.
I didn't know shit. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up, first AD? I was like, he's like, yo, my name's Anthony Cook. And I was like, cool. He's like, well, I'm gonna work with you on this process. So whatever you need from me, you let me know.
Nice.
And for a whole week, he was like, yo, man, I need that storyboard. And I was like,
oh my God. Yeah, it's in the mail. Yeah, it's in the mail. Okay, so he wasn't storyboarding. Doesn't know an AD. Oh man. This is I mean, did they take a look at his other music videos? I bet they're pretty good. So he was saying before that he was doing music videos and he was basically just doing it on his own, right? Just him and a couple people maybe. He got a camera just to do it, and he's gonna give him a service too to put him on YouTube. People they're like, YouTube? You just put videos on there?
And for a whole week, he was like, yo, man, I need that storyboard. And I was like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, okay. He's like, yeah, man, so what do you want to do, man? Where do you want to shoot this? I was like, man, just find a place. And I gave him my treatment. This is what I want to do for the music video. And then he started producing it. And we ended up getting this big old stage in downtown LA, with a bunch of sets. And it was my first time ever doing that. And he's doing all his first AD work, and we hired a producer to help me get the sets and the actors and all kinds, everything that goes with being on a set. And so I get to the set. It's a 2-day shoot. I get to the set, and he's like, "All right, man, it's 8 a.m. The crew's waiting for you to go talk to them. Let them know what you want to do." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, "All right." I was like, "Well, let's shoot. Point the camera that way."
Bro, this is crazy.
It seems a bit like a caricature of what might have happened. A bit embellished, a bit massaged. He's a storyteller, okay? It seems a bit too in the scene. Seems very, just freshly off the back of the mind because he's actually writing a pilot about how he made it in the industry.
And everybody's like, okay. Shoot, point the camera that way.
Bro, this is crazy.
And everybody's like, okay.
How did he find you off of YouTube again?
Yeah.
So he saw your
Well,
work
just like mutual friends of other rappers.
and said, meet me Chili's, I got a bigger video for you.
Yeah, and I mean, because I knew what I wanted to do. I had a vision.
Right, but how did you come in contact with this? Jim Kennedy's pushing back a bit. It's like, okay, so wait, now what? All right, Jimmy Kennedy broke the spell a bit, because they'll just talk and talk and talk, and you know, that's why I have long pauses between what I say, so I can allow you to have your time back. Okay, I don't need to be taking up all your time. You got to be able to fill in the gaps, for yourself, and that gives this a bit more of a layered and interactive experience, instead of this machine gun speaking that's just got this rapid fire. Woo! No, thank you.
I got a bigger video for you.
Yeah, and I mean, because I knew what I wanted to do. I had a vision. I've always had a vision of what I wanted, and to me, I was, to be completely honest, Jamie, I was just mimicking whatever.
Completely honest. Okay, that is, that's what they say. Whenever they say, "Oh, to be honest," you never hear me saying that. Okay, it's because I'm never honest. I don't got to say it. I speak it. I sing it.
Ever I had seen before.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, cool. I want the light here. I want this light to be here. But I didn't know that it was a tungsten or a daylight or it was a Fresno or I didn't know what a C-stand was, nothing. So I'm on set, and my boy Anthony, he like during lunch, he was like, hey man, come here. He's like, hey, you didn't go to school for this shit, huh? And I was like, nah, bro. He's like, yeah, the crew's a little
pissed. A little pissed. You are wasting our time, insulting our intelligence. We're not going to be part of your little spell casting. You got to be able to produce.
The crew's a little frustrated with you because you're not communicating with them what you actually want. He's like, I'm gonna do you a favor. He's like, look, bro, just come to me. You let me know what you want, and I'll communicate to the crew so that way they're not like, I'll talk to the gaffer, I'll talk to Grip and Electric, and
oh, nice. Okay, so they're giving them a bit of a pass and be like, hey, we're in this together. Just if you've got the vision, if you got the image that you're wanting to capture, we know what we're doing. Okay, we just need a line of communication. And so, so this guy's one of those lucky guys. Okay, one of the descriptions that he would say about himself is that I don't know, but I'd say I'm always lucky. And those are those people that really go for it. They put themselves out there, trying to reach for the stars. Okay, and these dreamers. dream capturers. Okay, that they are awake. They're capturing their dreams. There we go.
I was like, cool. So he got me through the 2 days, bro. Fast forward like 3 weeks later, I edit the music video. The video, it does well. He calls me. He's like, hey, man. He's all like, dude, the video did really well. He's like, I love working with you, bro. You know what you're doing. You have a vision. He's all like, look, man, I'm an instructor at the New York Film Academy.
Whoa.
Right here in Burbank. He's all like, now, I don't know if you can afford an education here or not, brother, but what I want to offer you is I want to get you a job there so that you can just sit in the back of the class and take notes and learn everything you can.
So that'd be free?
So now I was getting fucking paid to go.
There you
I was
go.
getting paid as a TA.
Why?
Because he got me the job as a TA there.
Wow.
Badass, right? So he,
Yeah, he's like, why? Okay, he's realizing, wait, he's one of these charismatic people. They cast that Steve Jobs spell on people, and then all of a sudden they start giving him things, giving him opportunities, giving him money. They're fun to be around. When you are being used by them, okay? You have to be okay being used by them, I guess. You know, it's like, that's the only time you see them around. I keep calling, but they don't want to use me anymore. No, they're very charismatic. They're in and out. And you're just like, whoa, what just happened? What?
Why?
because he got me the job as a TA there.
Wow.
Badass, right?
So you took all the notes?
So I took all the, so I was
the
sitting,
teacher, but you're learning as you go.
so I was in the back. And then,
That's
during
legit.
some of the, during some of the assignments, the students would be like, "Hey, Mr. Gutierrez, what do we do here?" And I'm like, "What would you do?"
Oh, that's so funny.
It's art. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah, that's so
Do what you want to do. How would you do it? And be like, hey, Mr. Gutierrez, how do we change the film? Guys, it's your class, not mine.
Bro, you're so much like me.
Oh, all right. So these little hustlers, okay. That's how you make it into the industry. They say you have to write your way in. And Jimmy Kennedy is right there. So he's going to talk about his experiences. Now, who hasn't done a music video, okay? Now, if you're getting a whole crew and production company and all that, then a little bit more responsibility and someone else's money. But look at my videos. I get hit all the time for all the music videos I do. Anytime I can put music to motion. Yeah. Jimmy Kennedy. He's in his cocoon, his couch cocoon, creating some couch content. Shit, Jimmy Kennedy. He's looking like his couch. Jimmy Kennedy. So, you can get a lot of fun with that music.
just fucking bullshit your way right through it, bro. Just let them figure.
And I was there for 4 years. I ended up getting literally a master's degree education on film and cinematography for 4 years there. You know, granted, I knew what I wanted and I knew how to explain to the kids like certain things, but at the time I was learning. Like, again, I didn't know what a C-stand was. I didn't know what certain lenses did or how to accomplish certain shots and dolly shots or this and all this shit. So once I learned that, it was like I was off to the races, bro. And it was like, okay, now I know how to talk to you motherfuckers. Now I know the fucking lingo.
So yeah, he's what the industry calls a creative. Okay, that it's just like one of those guys that will figure it out. He has to have a little bit of time to learn the language and the systems, and then and the industry knows this, and that's why there's so many hundreds of people on a set. Everyone's got their own specific thing that they become a master at, and they do it. I was going to say something about Barney, but I could imagine being on a Barney set. Oh my God.
I was off to the races, bro. And it was like, okay, now I know how to talk to you motherfuckers. Now I know the fucking lingo.
To be
Wizard 2026 and Old Man Kennedy's three-piece suit looks like a couch. Exactly. That's what we've been saying. So Wizard just came in and nailed it right out of the park. Okay. It is unbelievable how much Jamie Kennedy matches. We went into quite a bit of detail on that. But it is a good reminder, and not to mention his ill placement of the back portion of his jacket as it's pushing up against his shoulders and giving him an airplane pillow. It also creates these perfect little slices and twists and these little twisted lines that mimic a compressed couch cushion. So he's creating compression lines on his jacket to match the couch. It's Gautier. I shouldn't have to cut you out. Okay. He's full set, and the hat matches the backdrop there too.
your defense, though, I never knew that shit either.
Yeah.
I got a job as an actor, they would say, "Oh, hit your mark." I didn't even know what a mark was.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, C-stands and the flags. Oh,
yeah. Open up the camera.
Yeah, Duveen strip and all this shit. So you don't really know, and then you kind of ask people. But it is kind of crazy. They should put us through a little thing. But it's good that we're get jobs though. I
mean, dude, look, all I knew is that I knew what I wanted on camera. I knew what I wanted to see in that frame. I just didn't know how to get there. Well, I didn't know how to communicate it.
But you're a director.
Yeah.
So if you're directing, that's kind of all their jobs. But it is good to know this stuff.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I was able to, like my whole thing was the language barrier between me and the guys that went to school for this shit, right?
You mean in the technical shit?
The technical shit, you know, like, hey man, put a 50 on that, you know what I'm saying? You know, fucking, you know, lower the aperture, or, you know, do this or do that in the third. And once I learned all that, it was like, all right, cool. And then that's when my career in film started really taking off, you know.
Nice.
And
Apple box.
everything.
I didn't even know.
I was gonna say Apple Box. I'm like, who would say such a simple thing as Apple Box? So I didn't even say it, but I was, and like, of course, Jimmy Kennedy said it.
Chicago it.
Yeah.
You know, all that.
That's true. That's a real term.
Fucking crafty. I didn't know shit about, I didn't even know what a Firewatch job was, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know what pull focus is, huh? You know what that is? Yeah, no shit about no Apple Boxes, Jimmy Kennedy. No, he does. He's got to stand on several. In most of his interviews, he's slightly taller than Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And all that shit was like, you know, once I got into it, it was like, all right, let's go. And then I started traveling with it.
So you did that. Wow, you were in school 4 years, and then you started shooting more videos?
No, he wasn't. He was a TA. Man, that's a pretty sweet setup.
And then and that's where I shoot, and that's where I'm getting hired by a bunch of people. You know, I mean, I've shot,
Nice.
you know, shot for the Marleys. I've shot for, you know, this, that, and the third. I've you know, I'm probably close to probably 1 billion views on all my work. You know,
Wow.
a bunch of different music.
Now, was that billion or million? No, he's trying to. That's his pitch. And he's trying to see if he really was taken back by it, because then he'll know if he needs to lean into it a little bit more, or sell it harder.
Artists and documentaries and small pieces. I worked for Tidal for a while. I did a bunch of their pieces. I mean, I've been around for the music industry. You know, I put my work into it.
Where is the music industry? Where is? I only know Kendrick. Sorry. I don't.
So how did you, then were you a DJ at Power 106?
No, that's currently.
You're there now.
I'm there now. I'm not a DJ. I'm a host. I'm a host for the morning show.
Okay, when did you start doing? Yeah,
Nice.
I know.
The comedy. That's okay. We'll get to it.
DJs. That's what I mean. But
Yeah, DJ was like, I know what you mean. Yeah. So
when did you start doing comedy? When did you start?
So in 2000,
You're doing all this for everybody else, and you're
So-
like, I can do this shit.
well, in 2018, it wasn't as simple as that. But yes, it was in 2018. I was shooting a music video for Sakan and
that?
Compton Menace. So Sakan's arguably one of the biggest rappers in Latin America.
All right, so now this is when he gets into the coincidental moments again, where one thing leads to the next, and the next. You're like, now I'm working here, and I got this. They love it. They're always moving, always learning new things.
He tours. He's, you know, has millions and millions of views on all his stuff.
I have a question. Do you with that? So exactly that. Like, I don't even know who that is, right?
Yeah.
You know who Carol G is?
Yeah, she's
headline Coachella. They said that she's
last night. Yeah.
the first Latin artist ever closed the festival, but also like was playing stadiums,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
insane.
I knew who Bad Bunny was only because I know people in the ticket business, but I never heard of him until right after the pandemic. Like,
Oh, yeah.
So is that just crazy that there's all these worlds that no one even knows? Like,
Yeah, dude, the world is bigger than just the United States.
racist. Yo, how are these non-white
Dude, the music
people
doesn't
blowing up?
entertainment doesn't
How are
end
these
here.
non-whiteys blowing up? Who are they?
Yeah, but it. For the longest time, this is where it was created. Now it's been diversified. but they all wanted to come to America, to go to Hollywood. Australians, British, the Russians. The Italians. They all wanted a piece of American pie. You don't see me going to France to be on TV. It's where you go after you've been on TV and you can get out of here. No, all of Europe is apparently taken over. I mean, that's just what the reports are. I mean, some might say it's the same, but
These brownies. Listen,
I'm telling you, dude.
Carol G, though, I never heard of her.
Yes.
They said this chick is like bigger than Jennifer Lopez.
Huge.
You know who that is?
Yes.
Bro, am I crazy to say that she doesn't get American play or no?
She gets played here.
Okay, so I'm not in the know.
For sure. No, I mean, yeah, you're probably just not in tune with it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but I knew a lot of other people on the lineup, and I just never heard of her.
I mean,
massive.
she's not doing. I don't think particularly she's doing English music. I think most of her stuff is in Spanish. But generally, like she is a world talent. You know what I'm saying? She is global in a way. You know?
Yeah. So you were doing this for these big artists, and then what happened?
So I'm doing this music video. We're on our last shot of the night. I'm getting greedy as a director. I was like, you know what? I need one more shot, one more martini shot. And I decide to take the guys, take the whole crew. We go to Fairfax and Miracle Mile Lights.
Yeah.
Or they're by So we go there.
Cool
and
shot.
we park adjacent to the lights, and we really can't see the truck where we're at shooting, but it's just maybe, I don't know, 200 yards, 250 yards, but we can't see it. So all I did was grab one red cam, and I grabbed a speaker just for playback music. And I said, let's go, everybody, let's go. This is all we need. 10, 15 minutes, we go back, everything's gone from the truck. Everything.
ooh,
Lights, monitors.
Oh, you got robbed?
Everything.
Wow.
Everything is gone. Everything is gone, bro.
You didn't
Like,
leave one homie there?
everything was gone. Panasonic monitor worth gang of money, gone. Everything's gone. Lights, laptops, hard drives.
What?
Keep in mind, I had just shot 3 music videos in I think it was, in Honduras. And those hard drives were in there with music videos that I had just shot that hadn't been edited yet. Gone.
Oh,
You didn't have security?
Dude, so we just left the truck thinking that it was going to be fine. We'll be right back. We closed the truck.
In
everything.
Miracle Mile. No, that's crazy. I wouldn't have thought you would have got robbed that quick.
Dude, it was like, remember that scene in Ninja Turtles and shit where like the Foot Clan goes into the truck and steals everything quickly?
Yeah.
It was like just like that.
Wow.
Just like that, bro.
Wow.
And so it was one of those things where I was like, fuck, dude, my world, everything I've worked for the last 10, 12 years is gone. And
That was all your
In
equipment?
a matter of, some stuff was rented, but for the most part, it was all mine. Lenses, everything gone like that. And, I was devastated, fucking devastated. Do you gotta remember, like, you've worked so hard for all your gear, and at this point, like, I remember I was just like, man, fuck all this. I don't know if I want to sit here and redo this shit. Like, do I want to go back and have to get all this gear again? And I remember even posting on social media, like begging people to rat, like, somebody, if anybody knows anything.
yes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle was mentioned. Are you saying that because of my Ninja Turtle theory, or have I mentioned my Ninja Turtle theory yet?
Please, I even put that shit in black and white for dramatic effect. And that shit.
What, you thought it was an inside job?
I know. So come to find out, it wasn't an inside job. So what happens at Miracle Mile, there was like a ring of thieves.
Yeah.
And what they would do is that they would go and watch people, like, you know, because there's a bunch of tourists. They will watch the tourists get off their cars. They would go ransack the cars. And then by the time that the tourists got back, they were all gone. They ended up finding a backpack, and they're like, "Yo, is this your backpack?" The cops were like, "Is this your backpack?" I was like, "Let me see it." And I opened it and it had a bunch of IDs, credit cards, passports, all that shit. And they're like maybe 200
Whoa.
IDs and passports and all that shit. So they ended up finding that bag somewhere, you know, and they thought it was mine. But it wasn't an inside job. I wish it would have been, because we would have got to the bottom of it faster, and I wish I could have got all my shit back, you know? But unfortunately, that.
Wait, well, why did he immediately go to it's not an inside job? Was that being implied? Now, I, of course, thought about it immediately as he was telling the story. I'm like, oh, okay, so you had someone rob you so you could, so that you can say, oh, I didn't, I had finished the music video, but it got stolen.
That wasn't it. And then.
So let's take that back. That's interesting.
Like, "Yo, is this your backpack?" The cops were like, "Is this your backpack?" I was like,
Okay, so it's the cops who were thinking that it might have been him with the backpack.
They ended up finding tourists. They would watch the tourists get off their cars. They would go ransack the cars, and then by the time that the tourists got back, they were all gone. They ended up finding a backpack, and they're like, "Yo, is this your backpack?" The cops were like, "Is this your backpack?" I was like, "Let me see it." And I opened it and it had a bunch of IDs, credit cards.
And he said, I don't know, let me see if it is. So the backpack that they gave, were saying, hey, is this your backpack? Had to be similar enough for him to, well, here, let me see. Walk up, because otherwise I'd be like, what? No, a backpack? No, I'm not in school. What? I don't carry backpacks. Wait. I wouldn't have to check. No, these tech guys, oh, they love their backpacks. I mean, this guy is backpack ready. He's got his gear. I like a good backpack, a nice sturdy one.
Passports, all that shit, and they're like maybe 200
Whoa.
IDs and passports and all that shit. So they ended up finding that bag somewhere, you know, and they thought it was mine. But it wasn't an inside job. I
As he's looking to the right. He's trying to construct his next sentence. It's not from memory. It's from, he's going to try to create it. Looking to the right.
I wish it would have been, because we would have got to the bottom of it faster.
So that's the phrase that he created. I wish it would. And you can say, well, okay, well then, Yeah, a double negative? Is that? I don't know. Let's see.
But it wasn't an inside job. I wish it would have been, because we would have got to the bottom of it faster, and I wish I could have got all my shit back, you know? But unfortunately, that wasn't it. And then so could have got all my shit back, you know? But unfortunately, that wasn't it.
Okay, so then why are you covering your eyes? Does it pain you to see the truth? You know, you just gotta let a hustler be a hustler, okay? But it's sounding a little inside. It's sounding a little inside job. They had an idea like Concrete. We don't have the music video finished. It's like, I know. You said you were going to get it finished. I know. The investors are going to want to see the shots, the cover. What about this? What if we say we're robbed? How are we going to say that what if we say that we're robbed? And then I have something, then I could say that it was robbed, and I was robbed, and then I wouldn't have to make the deadline.
But it wasn't an inside job somewhere, you know, and they thought it was mine. But it wasn't an inside job. I wish it would have been, because we would have got to the bottom of it faster, and I wish I could have got all my shit back, you know? But unfortunately, that wasn't it. And then so I'm sitting at my studio. I was kind of bartering a studio, like a little office, from E-Dub and Kool-Aid, the creators of Pocos Pero Locos. I was shooting their music videos as an in-house guy, and I would barter my work for office space for them, you know? So I'm sitting there, and I'm kind of just packing up my shit, because I ain't got nothing else to really offer at this point, you know? And I'm sitting there watching music. I'm sitting there watching YouTube videos, and I'm watching all this comedy shit, and I'm like, yo, I could do some sketches. This shit's cool. Like, man, I'm looking at these people like, man, 500,000 views, and I'm like, damn, okay, 500,000 views, these motherfuckers are making some bread. And to me, it was like, you know what? Like, this is your last. I remember leaving the studio, and I was at Jack in the Box, actually, and I'm sitting in the driveway, in the drive-thru, and I'm like, man, I'm 33. What am I gonna do? Like, I was like, might as well just give this acting shit and comedy. I'm 33. What am
So that's the look. Oh God, what am I gonna do? I just lost everything. How am I gonna get? That's a tough look. We've all been there. We've all been like, oh my. I just uploaded this video and there's only 20 views. It's like, oh man. It took so long to edit. Now, please stop editing. If people wonder where I've been, okay, this is what happens when you start editing. You don't really emerge for a while. So you can't have both, folks. Okay, I can't stream every day and edit. But I gotta no. It's very simple. I just haven't figured it out yet. I know this is how I look every morning. I'm like, how am I gonna edit this stream, last night's stream, into something tangible? I'm just screaming to the ether. That's where you want to be. That's my bliss, folks. I am blissful.
What am I gonna do? Like, I was like, might as well just give this acting shit and comedy shit one last shot, brother. This is all you got. This is all you fucking got. This is really all you got. And I remember I went.
You got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo, Concrete. You can be a comedian. Put you on the show. The everyday hustler. Concrete. LA. Born and raised. Shooting some people outside of school.
Went back to the studio and I searched the skit, and I did one of those remix skits where I put myself in a video, right? And because I knew lighting, I knew timing of day, angles, and all that, I made it seem like I was really in that. In that.
Jimmy Kennedy's like, have you seen Clip Virgin's live streams? That's what he does every stream. He puts himself in the stream. I mean, we did it with Andy Dick. Yeah, that's what we do all the time. Like, would you hear someone even wanting to get in on it? Concrete. That's everyone does it. My leg. Okay. I'm all over the place there. We do that every day. Jimmy Kennedy's like, you mean overlay?
That skit.
Yeah.
So then people were like, "Whoa, what the fuck? That's super funny." And then I posted it, got a bunch of comments. And this is at a time where I was traveling. I'm traveling everywhere, and I would only get 5-6 comments. I'm like, my mom, my sister, like, "Oh, you're doing great. We're proud of you." You know?
Oh,
and when
yeah.
I posted this skit, it was like people I didn't even know. They're like, "Yo, this shit's funny, dog. Keep going. You got something." So I remember I kept doing it.
Oh, I can't wait for those comments. They're still very angry at me. They they know where to get you to. They know exactly what to say. No, it is wild thinking that this will ever be seen. Okay, I don't. Maybe I need to start thinking about this stuff a little bit more, but I never think that people are going to see this stuff that I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, a video will pick up some speed, and I'm like, whoa, hey, not ready for the general audience yet, folks. Okay, we are in experimental mode. Actually, apparently we're now in phase 2. Okay, we are and it's a tough phase. It's a tough phase. Learning pains or growing pains in phase 2.
And at some point in the beginning, I called my girl and I was like, hey, what do you think? She's like, keep going. I was like, do I embarrass you doing this shit? She's like, nah, let's go. And I was like, fuck it. That was the only thing I cared about, is me embarrassing my wife at the time. And I was like, are we good? You good? I'm 33 trying to do this comedy influencer shit. Like, I don't know if I'm too old for this shit, you know?
Yeah. How long you been married?
Now going on 16 years, brother.
Okay. Wow.
And so it was one of, like me, I took social media as this is gonna be my audition tape.
Yeah.
Social media is the new shit, and I kind of felt like social media was gonna be my audition tape for people to see that, for one, I'm funny, and for two, that I can act.
For the people listening that don't totally understand how business works, although a lot do now, you're the new way. Because someone like me, right, I came up kind of in the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So this new way already has gatekeepers. It's called clout chasing. You know, because again, like I said, you can just message anybody. I'm messaging Jimmy Kennedy all the time. I'm like, hey, Jimmy Kennedy, what's up? So you can message any of them saying, hey, let's do a project together. Please, the messages. And they love it. It's like something to do while they're having coffee. Okay. So please keep messaging these people, and you'll get your foot in the door like Concrete.
But I couldn't even get spots in the clubs because I had no credits. So I had we used to have something called New Faces Night. So I would do tons of open mics and then audition like once every 3 weeks for like a 2-minute spot to get on a club.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that's how it started, right? And
it's like boring.
You know, they would be like, you'd have to kill, and then if you killed, then maybe they give you another one. And it was a process.
Yeah.
But I started noticing they were like, well, if you had credits, you would be in here more. But I was like, that's not comedy.
No shit. Yeah.
That's just credits. But that's how they did it, right? But like, there's a few clubs that just don't care about any of that, just care about comedy. Like New York clubs are more like just, they want the funny.
The Cellar, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's all they want, the funny. And so I ended up getting a commercial agent through the clubs, the factory, and then through there I got a commercial eventually.
Yeah.
And they saw it, and then so I started getting a little bit more.
This is what, like late
93?
93. So this is before Scream.
Oh, way before all that.
Okay.
So once I started acting, it was easier, but I was getting so busy I couldn't go in the clubs as much. So then once I came out of it, I had left the clubs is really kind of like 15 minutes, maybe a middle, more of a host. So then I started getting headline spots and I just wasn't good. So I bring 3 people with me to help me. But what I'm saying is I went from 0, nothing, and then hero, but it was years of being a 0, like 5 years on the open mic circuit. We didn't have the social media.
Yeah.
And now so I had traditional media. So they would say, you seen him on Tonight Show, you seen him on blah, blah, blah. Now, I'll go in the club as me, people know me, and I'm on the marquee as me, and there'll be 6 p.m. show, Concrete, sold out, added another show, 8 o'clock, Concrete, sold out. And so you're the new way which I think is, I'm traditional media, so I can't totally go against it because I love it. But
yeah.
I think it's the best way. What you've done, the way you're doing it is because you start with you and your audience and nothing. And they grow with you.
Yeah.
And so like I'm saying, everybody who's listening, it's like you were selling more tickets than me.
Like, how else?
At the shoe, you sold more tickets than me at Covina. I mean, people love me, but it's like I'm trying to get I'm known and it's cool. I'm very much an entity, but I have to get the sticky.
You're fucking Jamie Kennedy, bro.
Well, I appreciate that, but you have to keep them reminded and the stickiness of your community, whether it's your podcast voice or your social media or they're following your movies or whatever. I do a lot.
Don't
of
be
things
part of anything that's sticky.
So it's like they're following your journey.
Okay, that sticky is AI chat. Okay, that's what my AI was telling me about my community. It was a sticky community that you guys like to hang out. And I should be so lucky. And I'm like, woo, thanks guys. So, but don't be part of anything that's sticky. We need to come up with better language. And I'm over this killing it. Oh, he's murdering it. He's killing it. He's a murderer. Okay. That's just priming, trying to get people comfortable with all that and to flood Google and your phone search for the actual implications, when people are actually talking about it. So it's just trying to overload the Overwatch.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, dude, your meet and greet was crazy. Like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's like if we were to call everything Israel. Oh man, that's so Israel. Then they wouldn't be able to know when you're talking about is not real.
So it's like
it's crazy to me, Jamie.
I call you like a Nate Jackson. You know who Nate Jackson is?
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah,
he's like that. You're like but you're doing it correctly so you came up doing skits. And when did you start doing the stand up?
So I didn't. To be truthful, like
and there it is again. To be truthful, okay. So everything that he's been saying, it's not that it's been all out lie, but like I was saying, it's a bit of a caricature, a bit fabricated. It sounds nice. It sits well within a scene. Seems polished and probably something that he talks about frequently in his stand-up routine. I hate hearing a resume in someone's routine. And he said the magic words again.
Him up doing skits, and when did you start doing the stand up?
So I didn't. To be truthful, like I want to act, brother. That's always been my shit.
100%. But does it enter?
Right. So my whole thing was like I just wanted to do skits so that people can be like, hey, this motherfucker can act. And granted, I did end up getting a couple things. I did end up getting a couple, comedy movies. I got a little TV series that ended up on Tubi kind of deal, or like early in the 2020s and whatnot. And then in 2020.
Okay, so he did the big forehead rub. Now he's doing the big look. He even had a full eye twitch.
2020s and
so the 2020s were rough. It's like, oh man, those are tough times.
And what?
And then now he's gonna
and then in
do that one again. So
2023, late 2023, my boy Jerry Garcia calls me, and he was like, "Hey man, I know you don't do stand up, and I didn't want to do stand up, Jamie. That wasn't my shit. I never wanted to do it."
Okay.
He said, "Look, bro."
now I don't think there's anything wrong with looking up when you're speaking. Okay.
Man,
It's just how high up.
I know you don't do stand up, and I didn't want to do stand up, Jamie.
Okay, so he's like, I didn't want to do stand up, Jamie. Okay, as he's got a little bit of a duping grin, duping delight, smile on his face, and then
Jamie, that wasn't my shit. I never wanted to.
Okay, and there he is looking up again.
Do it.
Okay.
Oh, he's like, okay, yes, whatever you say. So that is Concrete's way of hypnotizing. So in order to hypnotize your victim, you must hypnotize yourself.
He was like, "Hey man, I know you don't do stand up, and I didn't want to do stand up, Jamie. That wasn't my shit. I never wanted to do it."
So when you get the flash of the retina, the lower retina, ooh.
Stand up, and I didn't want to do stand up, Jamie. That wasn't my shit. I never wanted.
There it is. Okay. And we have it, folks. That's what I'm saying. In order to hypnotize, you must first self-hypnotize. Okay? So now how does one hypnotize themselves? It is this way. And you can go back on, take it back, go back and take a look at the footage that we have of Jeff Dye. Okay, we might even have slideshow. I mean, there they are, all are right there. See if we can find a couple. There it is. Old Jeff Dye. Wow. You are the same. Okay. Now this is a billboard guy, okay? Looking up at the billboards. It's a way to self-hypnotize, and this is his way of showing the industry that he is ready. Because you have to be batshit crazy if you ever think you're going to make it on TV or film. And the people who do make it, who are successful, their lives are ruined. They can't function in society anymore. So why are people seeking that? Because they want to pretend to be someone who they're not. They're dressing up and playing characters. I couldn't imagine being a character. He does realize that he's going to have to read and memorize scripts, right? This whatever they call the people who are really into acting, the thespian. Okay, this Jim Kennedy saying, you are doing it right. This is the new generation thespian. People are coming up. Jimmy Kennedy. Oh man. I'm just trying to find another. We've got a few. There we go. No one knows you though. Okay. That's what we're all about here, folks. Looking for the self-hypnosis. Okay, these are the ones who are ready for the MK Ultra priming.
To do it.
Okay.
He said, look, bro, we're doing a tour called Los Tóxicos. It's me. It's me, Jerry Garcia, Jesus Sepulveda, and Frankie Quiñones, Creeper.
Mm-hmm.
It's us three, and we need a fourth as a host.
Mm-hmm.
He's all like, we see that people love you. You have, like, you're very charismatic. You have your...
Oh, Chris. Because I was going to say, what, you have charisma? Okay. He's a charismatic, guys, okay? He's charisma enchanters. Woo! They can take you places. Just weaving their web.
Characters look. I was like, Jerry, I don't do stand up. He's like, we don't need you to do stand up. You let us handle the stand up.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Like, He's like, Jimmy Kennedy's like, wait a second. Oh. You're getting all this help because of DEI. Is that what you're saying? You got all this advantage because of the color of your skin, Concrete? You didn't get it through merit? Personality can go a long way, though, folks. Figure out a way to have a personality, persona, okay? A personality, that's the mask that people wear that when they're out in public, interacting with other people, a personality, a persona. So if you have a personality, I don't want to talk to you because you're fake. This Concrete guy has been doing pitches and selling said he was a street hustler, said he was rapping, but he didn't want to rap about the stuff because he wasn't really doing the stuff, but he sees himself in things all the time and says, hey, I can do that. And then says, yeah, I've got a degree in it. Yeah, I can do it. People trust him, and then is he delivering? He still might be delivering though. So those are the good ones. Okay, if you can deliver on your crazy rants, then you're a hustler, baby. And I just want you to know. How's Resco? It doesn't matter who I am or what you know. Concrete don't know shit, but somehow he figures it out. He's a creative, a visionary. Well, I got a vision for you, Concrete. The industry's dead. So take that in. Allow that to set after all that maneuvering. There's nothing there.
Go up there with your characters. You do 2 minutes in between. Just make people laugh, hype up the crowd, and bring us up. That's your job. I said, all right. And then, so I ended up, my first comedy club that I did was a Laugh Factory in San Diego. And like any other brand new comedian, completely fucking bombs, you know what I'm saying? Even with my characters, the people that went to go see me were like, we love your characters, but now what? The 1 minute skits are funny, but now what? So then they were like, don't even worry about it, bro. Just keep doing it. And it kept growing. And as people started seeing on my social media that I was doing comedy on stage, we started fucking selling out shows and we started selling tickets.
Wait, when did you start?
2023.
The end?
The end of 2023.
So wait a minute.
There it is. All right, so Jamie's figuring out. He's like, wait. the spell's being broken slowly. The egg is hatching, and he's like, wait, where am I? Wait, who are you? Who do I have in my new home? You just started 2 years ago? But that's what happens, folks, when you refuse to hear reason. Okay? When you refuse to consider logic, you can somehow hit those Hail Mary goals. Speaking of which, we are at 311. 311. Done. Sorry, I can't think of a 311 song right now. 311. And we are hitting those Godfather goals of 500 by end of spring. Just around the corner, folks. We're nearly there. So, setting some high goals. The intangible to lift our spirits. And the 1K by end of summer. But he's only been doing it for a couple of years. So he's one of those will to power type of folks. We found the Uber.
So you've been doing comedy for 2.5 years?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's right. And I didn't even want to do it. And I'm selling out and you like it. That's how lame stand-up is, folks. Okay? So I'm trying to tell you. Anybody can do it.
You fucking just played 800 people this weekend in Boise.
Yeah. And stand up. No characters, just straight stand up.
Wow.
I mean, I've been really working my ass off,
I know.
really sharpening the pen, and
Harry's listen, Harry. If Harry books you, then it's legit because he is tough critic.
he knows comedy.
No, he does.
All right. So, again, casting them spells. He's like 5 to 100 or 5 to 1,000 budget. Did you say 500,000 budget?
Does for sure.
He knows comedy.
So it's like if Harry gives you the blessing, then it's all good.
Yeah.
Wait, you're 2.5 years in. That's it.
Yeah,
I thought you were like 8.
Nah, because my first solo tour was 2024.
So wait, so you started doing it? Was the Laugh Factory sold out? It's very hard to sell that room.
The
Did you
San
guys
Diego
also-
one.
Yeah. Did you sell it out?
Yeah, I think we sold it out. But it was
Okay, now, would you put it past him to say that shows are sold out when they really aren't, just so that it could seem like there's a lot of heat around him, a lot of buzz?
It was 3, but it was 4 of us. It was me,
That's
Frankie.
amazing.
I mean, those guys are veterans, heavy hitters. I
Yeah,
mean, they're
of course.
funny. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, you go start doing that, and then what happened?
Oh, so he's putting himself like in first credit. Not saying that he's like an opener. And he's like, yeah, my show sold out. Your show sold out of the factory? What? You just... Yeah, I mean, there's like 4 of us, but... Oh, so it wasn't your show. Oh, wait, it's the show that you're opening for? Right, they all sold it out.
I think we sold it out. But it was 4 of us. It was me,
That's
Frankie.
amazing.
I mean, those guys are veterans, heavy hitters.
Yeah,
I mean,
of
they're
course.
funny. You know what I'm saying?
So what, you go start doing that, and then what happened?
And then we start really fucking blowing up. And, you know, we're starting to fucking really sell tickets. We're doing 600 seaters, 800 seaters. And, you know, yeah, like, you know, just like every band, shit hits the fan.
You got in an argument with them.
We didn't get into an argument. It was just more like, you know, now you start getting into like, and keep in mind, dude, like,
Started feeling yourself.
like
again.
no, not even me. Like, we're all making bread, you know what I'm saying? But there's, you know, management issues and this and this and that, and now you got four strong comics, you know, and so who's headlining? Who's the
You're getting strong because you said you weren't strong enough.
and I'm getting stronger now, and now you know,
definitely.
you know, people are coming to see me, but I'm not strong enough yet, so I'm still trying to find myself. We're all trying to figure it out. And then so the band broke up. We just couldn't, like, even though it was people were really fucking with Los Tóxicos. They were really fucking with it. And for whatever reason, we just couldn't make it work. I don't know if it was our egos. I don't know if it was mismanagement of you know, you have 4 all-stars and maybe we didn't have the right coach or I don't know what it is, right? But we just couldn't figure it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like between us 4. At this point, and let me be very clear, at this point, Frankie was out of it. Frankie kind of...
Yeah, I know Frankie more than everyone else.
Frankie backed out of it. Like,
He's
Okay, so he used, let me be clear, instead of saying, well, to be honest with you. Okay, so.
right, like between us 4. At this point, and let me be very clear, at this point, Frankie was out of it. Frankie kind of...
Yeah, I know Frankie more than everyone else.
Frankie backed out of it, like...
He's been on the circuit
Because he got busy. He started doing his own thing. At this point, I think he was starting to do the Hulu stuff. This fool, so he was like, kind of, guys, I'm busy. You guys more than likely keep going. So we ended up replacing him with our boy Jay Valentino. So then the band breaks up, brother. Just, you know, the band breaks up. Everybody kind of does their own thing. I ended up bringing Jerry with me. I was like, Jerry, do you want to keep rocking with me, bro? I'm going to start booking my own shows. Do you want to? And he's like, bro, I got you. I'll back you up. And I was like, because I still need a veteran homie to come with me and really teach me the ropes of the comedy industry and the etiquette. And like, I didn't know shit. Like, again, going back to like, I got thrown into this shit.
Bro, you bullshit your way through it. Everything
There it is. So I didn't want to say it. I mean, I said it a little bit here and there, but all right. So a bullshit artist just bullshitting his way through everything, and if he's able to deliver, who cares? Yeah, for the most part. Okay. Although a lot of times, and it seems like what's happening is that long-term business doesn't do well. Because there's not like a technique and method developed to fall back on. You are so it can work, but that's why you see people who've taken their craft very seriously. They tend to have a bit more staying power, or the projects and the things that they do, you can tell that there's a little bit more meat on it, a little bit more depth. So, but to each his own. There's levels to it, and so he is working his levels. And
going back to like, I got thrown into this shit.
Bro, you bullshit your way through it. Everything. I love it. You bullshit your way.
I didn't know anything about
through
it.
rapping. You bullshit your way through directing.
Yep.
You bullshit your way through comedy. Keep
yep.
bullshitting, baby.
Keep bullshit, baby.
You bullshit you with your backstory. You're probably from fucking Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
You're from Cleveland,
dude.
No, he's CIA allegedly. Okay, he's undercover. They love the long hairs for the undercovers. Makes them feel like the everyday man. Not an everyday man's gonna be growing a mane like concrete. I'm a bullshitter. Now you guys know I'm no bullshitter. I didn't even know. I mean, this is how lame I am. I didn't even know what the sweatshirt was. Okay, only cool people would know that it's Def Leopard. Okay, so I did get the leopard thing right, but with it all bunched up, I didn't. I just knew I liked it. Looked kind of cool, and but I'm not hip with it, folks. Okay. To be an expressive man is a shameful thing, folks. One should never express themselves through facial. Allow your expressions to be auditory. Let the words be enough.
You bullshit you with your backstory. You're probably from fucking Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
You're from Cleveland,
dude. I'm just living the dream, baby.
Bro.
I tell people, dog. I shit you not, James. I always tell people, dude, I live a Forrest Gump life, baby.
Dude,
I'm
incredible.
everywhere I need to be at the right time, at the right place.
Well, you know what I love about you is that I don't know.
Okay, so that's what I was saying. They tend to always consider themselves lucky. Coincidences, synchronistic events. These wizards, they just make things happen out of thin air. And how can you say no to a smile like that?
I shit you not, James. I always tell people, dude, I live a Forrest Gump life, baby.
Dude,
I'm
incredible.
everywhere I need to be at the right time, at the right place.
Well, you know what I love about you is that I don't know you, but your energy, you're really happy
to
be there. You're
you
this
gotta
is
be
crazy.
happy, brother.
No,
you gotta be happy.
But your energy, you're really.
I was gonna say too. Okay, because again, it's that smile. The bigger the grin, the bigger the sin.
I'm just going.
Okay. If a man is expressing himself facially, he is trying to sell you something.
You're from Cleveland,
dude. I've
never seen a man look up so much in my life. Seeking the divine, are you, Concrete? The divine is within. What you looking up for? Your head's in the clouds.
I'm just living the dream, baby.
Bro.
I tell people, dog. I shit you not, James. I always tell people, dude, I live a Forrest Gump life, baby.
Dude,
I'm
incredible.
everywhere I need to be at the right time, at the right place.
Well, you know what I love about you is that I don't know you, but your energy, you're really happy to be there. You're
you gotta be
crazy.
happy, brother.
No, is that I don't know you, but your energy, you're really happy to be there. You're
gotta
is
be
crazy.
happy, brother. You
No,
gotta be happy.
You got
you know?
good vibes. So wait, I don't understand. After 2.5 years, I may have had 8 minutes. Nah, I didn't even have 8 minutes, bro.
Well, it's
I
good.
didn't have 8 minutes, bro.
I was thrown into this shit, Jamie. Like
I
didn't
have
have
8 minutes. I barely have 10 minutes now.
I didn't have a fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Thrown into this shit, Jamie. Like I didn't have
8 minutes. I barely have 10 minutes now.
Jimmy Kennedy's like, holy shit, I gotta really step up my game.
I didn't have a fucking, because you gotta think about it. I remember like the first show we like
Yeah, when you don't know how difficult it actually is, you can just go for it. You don't buy into other people's lies of how it should be. Get in your own way through self-doubt. It's called logic and reason, okay? They never consider it. And occasionally they can create magic.
this is my first tour 2024, and they were like, my manager's like, he's getting booking crazy. He's like, man, I'm getting calls everywhere.
So they heard about the tour.
Yeah,
you
so
guys
then-
broke up.
Yeah.
And then they said,
So now we're getting calls like, hey, we need Concrete here. You need him to do
so you started killing at those shows.
So then my first, like I remember my first.
So no, you didn't say whether he did or not. But it seems that he's able to deliver.
Bit like my first little run was at the Bellflower, stand up in Bellflower.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Fucking sold out 8 shows, like in a matter of like 2 hours.
What?
Yeah, like 8 shows in a matter of 2 hours. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
What?
Whoa.
What is going on, bro?
8 shows
Yeah, we did two a night, Thursday, 2 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
in Bellflower
In Bellflower, the stand up.
after your tour broke up.
After the tour
where you were
broke up.
just the host.
Where I was just the host.
Where you said you started by bombing.
Heavily.
So was the social media blowing up?
Social media is blowing up. I'm not even posting the fact that I'm doing stand up. I'm just posting my skits at this. When people want to come see the guy that they see on social media, they don't really. I don't think they even understood that I was
By
trying
the
to
way,
do
that
stand
club
up.
is one of the greatest clubs in the
It's
world.
fun.
I got
Super fun.
But dude, 8. I didn't hear anyone selling out. I think Jeff Garcia, God rest his soul,
Yeah.
was selling out a ton there too.
Yeah. So I sold out my first 8 shows there from Thursday to Friday. Sold them out like in an hour or two. I remember we were going crazy. The team was going crazy. My manager, we were just like, what the fuck is happening? And then, next thing you know, I just keep booking shows and I'm selling them out and I'm doing this. And I was
So
really,
what are you doing on stage?
I'm doing bits.
And how long did you do?
I was doing 35, 40 minutes. So
40 minutes.
40 minutes. So I was bringing in.
And
I
then
had
how
Jerry-
many homies did you bring?
I
And
had
you
Jerry
don't got
Garcia
10
there.
minutes, Jimmy Kennedy. Okay, 40 minutes. I wish I could only do 40. And I don't wish I could only do 40. I like going long, although we will be wrapping it up here shortly. But 40 minutes, folks, okay? People talking for 40 minutes are absolutely crazy. Okay, one should not talk for 40 minutes straight. And he pretty much has this whole entire interview. 50 minutes. Jimmy Kennedy did not let Nasia talk at all. And Nasia has more skin in the game, literally, to too much for me. To Jimmy Kennedy's liking. Okay. But she was only doing 10 minutes. Okay. Jimmy Kennedy barely has 10 minutes. He's doing 45 minutes. MC. He's hosting it, getting the crowd going.
That would come in and feature for me. He would do about 25, 30.
Okay.
And then I would have, a host that would do 15 up top, and then an opener that would do like another 10. So by the time we were in and out, 90
more than
minutes.
An hour and a half.
It was 90 minutes, right? Like it's
perfect.
We always wanted to do a 90-minute show.
Okay.
And so, I started just writing my ass off, bro. Just writing based off experience, self-deprecation comedy, and just really doing a lot of my act outs. I'm very physical on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I started just doing my act outs, and people started liking it, and it just became one of those things where I had to learn on the job. There was, so I would book pop-ups, sell out just to work on my.
This was no other way with comedy, right? How else, Jimmy Kennedy? Joe Rogan's University? Ain't gonna happen.
Material.
Wow.
Because I was afraid of doing the 5 minutes at the store. Because I was like, nah, I don't want to do the store. I'd rather just do it on my own. I don't.
No, it's good that you like that. It's good that obviously you're doing that.
Yeah.
Now you can pop in those places on shows and just do it. It's good to see, what the peers are up to, but you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, and truthfully, like, I rather, like, me, like, I'm very, like, I don't even try to watch comedy, stand up.
Okay, so he's looking up the whole time. Okay. So here's your. The charismatic host wanting to. I'm ready for my close up. Jim Kennedy's a little bit scared. It's like, ooh, I'll cut you. I'll rob this place right now. Inside job. The robbery's coming from inside the house, Jimmy Kennedy. Ooh. It's like,
Good to see, what the peers are up to, but you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, and truthfully, like, I rather, like.
Oh, truthfully.
What the peers are up to, but you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, and then truthfully, like, I rather, like, me, like, I'm very, like, I don't even try to watch comedy, stand up.
I get you.
Because I don't.
It's good if you go out there and kill, do 5 minutes and kill, let people know what's up.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, I do pop in every now and then. Like, I'm popping in for my boys at the Improv in Ontario this Wednesday, and Corey and Chad are doing like their 10-year, 20-year anniversary, doing their dirty at 10:30 or something like that. So fast forward, last year we were, I was so 2024. I did my tour on solo. Last year we did it again, but we added my boy Duno. So we did the club circuit, and then how it is, bro. Doing fucking 6 shows a weekend, 8 shows a weekend, 2 a night, bro. You start burning out. It's tough. You start getting really tired, and I want to be at home more. And
were you going Were you going weekend? Were you going like how many weekends in a row would you do?
Oh, bro, we lived on the road last year. It was we were fucking Thursday through Sunday.
Out of 52 weekends, how many did you do?
We probably did 35, 30.
Yeah, that's a lot.
30 or
especially with yours.
Yeah, 30 or 40. Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Whoa.
I mean, and again, you like.
Were you doing the early shows because the clubs getting greedy, but you could
doing 40 plus weeks in a year. I mean, I got episode 96. Okay, I just started a few months ago. 4 months. It would be. I think we're. Yeah, I think right on today. Today or yesterday might have been the 4-month anniversary of Clip Virgin live. So out of 120 days, we got 96. So just under 100. So I only had one day off a week. Averages out to. I had a few off to recover, and I'm nearly there. Now I am in the solar schedule. Now I'm getting into the solar schedule. So I'm not much into the lunar schedule. And that's for the winter. And the solar schedule requires a bit more of my energy. And so I'm doing many things in the solar schedule. The days are longer. And so in the summer schedule, these get a little bit shorter. But then that's when the editing happens. Okay, so but I won't look at a computer in the winter.
Could have sold out the main shows.
96, folks.
Oh no, I mean, all last year we were doing all main shows.
Okay, so you're doing the 8 and 10.
Yeah, the 8 and 10, and then some people, and then for some shows we were doing the matinees because we were selling out fast. So we were doing the 3:30 shows, 4:30 shows, just to add another one, you know.
But you're playing like improvs.
Yeah, improvs and hyenas and whatever comedy clubs there is in that city. We're hitting them. You know.
So now that's insane that you did this so quickly.
Yeah.
So then what happens?
So then this year we decided to start
theaters.
So this year we're doing theaters, casinos, and signing them out.
But I thought you were burnt out. Bro.
Well, now it's just one show a night. Now it's one show a night, one theater. Instead of doing 1,000, 2,000 tickets on a weekend, we're doing 2,000 weekends in one night. 1,000, 2,000 tickets in one night.
So you're charging a good amount, I hope.
What do you mean charging?
Like $40, $50, average.
Yeah,
40.
Yeah, front row.
Because you came here and you were like, well, if I get a bag, I'll move. And I'm like, you're getting your bag. Aren't you in the middle of your bag?
Yeah, I'm getting it, but I'm not. I'm getting it, but it's not like you. You've been in this shit for what, 20, 30 years?
Dude,
yeah, come on, dog.
Trust me, dude. I remember doing 2.5 years ago, Matt Rife doing 8 minutes for me in Vegas. I think I sold 78 tickets. He tweeted out, I sold 79. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He just got 27 million last year in his bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm hoping
the bag
to
is
get,
gettable.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's also, it'll take it away too. Okay. Matt Rife was just on an interview saying that TikTok, he got in contact with TikTok because he saw that his numbers were going down. He was getting millions and millions and millions of views. 16 million views, then started tapering down 1 year and started going down and further. And he wasn't getting nearly as many views. He wasn't even able to reach his subscribers. And they said, yeah, we're just not promoting the algorithm. The algorithm's not really promoting comedy anymore. Oh, why did comedy have a bit too much influence? So they're throttling comedy, the comedians. And it might have something to do with Joe Rogan and his Trump endorsement, swaying elections. So they want to be able to, if they can't silence the horse's mouth, they will do something to his stable. I don't know. But they'll just use the distribution mechanism and silence him that way. We need Rogan silenced. We don't need to be declassifying every drug, okay? Let some things be difficult to obtain. It's part of the journey. You get to meet strange characters along the way. Now you just show up. And
I'm hoping to get at Matt Rife level. You know, that'd be dope. You know,
Dude, I mean, listen to me. When I saw.
So Jimmy wants everyone to listen to him. We ain't listening. We're just looking at you. Your outfit's too matchy.
It's funny because I remember seeing you around because I never saw you. I was our guy at Stand Up Bellflower. I love that club.
Yeah, John.
And John was there, and you was like, "Oh, Concrete was just here," and you were like in the early shows because they cannot deny you, even if you only have 30 minutes, whatever. The clubs can't deny you because you're like, "I'm gonna sell the fuck shit out. Give me a 2:00 show."
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
So you'll do that, and then and then Harry opened it up, and then you were at the Covina all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't think, and then I want to say one night I was at Ice House, and I think you had finished your show, and I was doing a late show. I think.
Yeah.
So you were, and I walked by, I'm like, who is this dude? And it was nuts. It was like a fucking party in there. It was
Yeah.
So I was like, this guy's making around, and then we, hung in
Yeah,
in
and then we
Vegas.
fucking met at the Horseshoe. At the Horseshoe.
Yeah, so what you're experiencing is wild.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that like it. There's a lot of people that don't like it. What I love about you is you started on social media and you really do care about comedy.
Fuck yeah.
And you want to do it.
Actually, no, he said that he didn't care. He said that he wasn't even interested in doing it. Like, he's like, I wasn't even trying to get into comedy. And just like, well, I can do that, yeah. He's a hustler, baby. I want you to know. He can do anything. If you pay him a little dough. So there we are. Jimmy Kennedy's bringing in some new blood. These young hustlers. And it's what new media has done to the entertainment industry. It has completely destroyed it. And there are no more gatekeepers, no more decorum, no more tried and true means of entry. It's just this big old mosh pit now that people are just running around, just flailing their arms, saying that they're dancing, calling it art. Well, I thank you for going on this couch lock journey. Please take a look at the rest of Jamie Kennedy's interview and see if you too can pick out these micro moments where, yeah, it's in plain sight and they're just refusing to look at it. So I'm nearly fully recovered. So thank you for allowing me to have a couple of these streams to get my sea legs back, and I feel like in a couple of days I'll be all sorts of barrel of fun, a lot of facial expressions I'll be doing. Thank you so much for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and we will do this again. Thank you so much for hanging out.